Now, for a lot of deadline day, we thought Victor Osimhen was on his way to Chelsea. That didn't happen, but he is on the way somewhere. Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, is here. Tell us where.
Yeah, Victor Osimhen, according to our colleagues at Sky Italy, has now agreed to move to Galatasaray on loan. Now, of course, the window in the big European leagues closed on Friday. The Saudi window is closing tonight. The Turkish window doesn't close for, I think, another couple of weeks. So this window of opportunity was open for him to move to Turkey. He really didn't have too many other options because at Napoli, he's been told by the head coach, Antonio Conte, you're not in my plans. If you stay here, you're not going to play. And this is a player who is earning incredible money at Napoli, something like 160,000, 170,000 pounds a week. They cannot afford to keep him. They priced him out of the market by giving him a new contract with a release clause, which was said to be 130 million euros. Guess what? Nobody wanted to pay that for him during this window in Europe. Chelsea were interested, but nowhere near those numbers. And also, they weren't willing to pay him the kind of wages that he wanted. Al Ali in Saudi Arabia wanted him. Again, I think they were offering something like 70, 75 million euros, big wages, reported to be 650,000 pounds a week. I'm not sure if they were quite that high, but incredible wages. But he wasn't able to do a deal with them either. So he was left in limbo. He was left in no man's land. And now he's got this. You have to say it's an incredible opportunity because Galatasaray historically are one of the biggest clubs in world football. Okay, Turkish football is not at the same level as English football or Italian football or Spanish football, but the fans are incredible. The atmosphere inside those stadiums, Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, Besiktas, all the other clubs as well, is something that you don't come across too often in world football. So it is going to be an extraordinary experience for him. I mean, I want to wake up tomorrow morning and see the pictures of him arriving in Istanbul because, he hasn't even gone to the airport yet in Naples. I'm not sure if the flight is booked, but they're already Galatasaray fans making their way to the airport in Istanbul to be ready to welcome him. I mean, the place is going to kick off when he arrives with the Galatasaray fans. I imagine Fenerbahce supporters and Besiktas supporters will be very, very subdued this evening. Of course, I think he will be the biggest star in Turkish football now, but you should also mention that, of course, Jose Mourinho is there as well. So he'll be the biggest star when it comes to players. The biggest star, the biggest personality, of course, I think will also be Jose Mourinho. So a big boost for Turkish football this summer. Not just to get Jose Mourinho, but to get Victor Osimhen. I think the reigning African footballer of the year. I can't think of a player who at the peak of their career has gone to Turkey. I know some other big name players have gone there. And of course, there have been some incredible Turkish players as well. But Victor Osimhen going to Galatasaray, this is some story.
Kaveh, you say you can't wait to see the pictures. It will be wild. We know that. The fans will welcome him and he'll walk in and go, wow, this is amazing. But when you look closely at him holding the shirt and smiling, we'll all know that's not where you wanted to move to.
Very good point. I mean, I think he will say tomorrow that...
Number one choice.
He is the number one choice. He loves Galatasaray. It's always been his dream to play for Galatasaray and wear that famous shirt. But no, you're totally right. I don't think he started the summer thinking that he was going to end up at Galatasaray. We all know that he had options to move to Saudi Arabia. We all know that Chelsea wanted to sign him. But, Chelsea are a different kind of beast now. They've got this strict wage structure. They pay a relatively low base wage. And they're not in the Champions League either. So I think Victor Osimhen and his agent, who's been criticised a lot recently, looked at the overall package, and even though, former Chelsea players, former African Chelsea players were putting a lot of pressure, former Nigerian Chelsea players like John Obi Mikel were putting pressure on him, going, come on, Victor, you need to go to Stamford Bridge. This is the stage for you. You can be a superstar here. Forget about the money. The money's going to be great anyway. For whatever reason, that move didn't happen. Now, who knows? Perhaps in the future, we'll see Victor Osimhen in the Premier League because I don't think he's going to stay at Galatasaray for the rest of his career. This is just a loan.
Well, we shall watch this space. For now, Kaveh, thank you.